You fired her for helping a veteran. That's the question that had the entire town buzzing. Meet Kelly, a young hairstylist in her late 20s, known around town for her friendly smile and warm heart. She wasn't a doctor, lawyer, or CEO. She was a hairstylist, and that was her calling. Ever since she was a child, she had been fascinated with beauty and hair care, dreaming of one day owning her own salon. But her journey was far from easy. Kelly's parents had wanted her to go to college and study engineering, but her heart was set on styling hair. So, when she refused to follow their plans, her parents made a hard choice. They kicked her out. Despite the hardship, Kelly didn't give up. Within weeks, she landed a job at Mara's beauty salon, where she poured her passion into every haircut, every smile, and every joke shared with her clients. Soon enough, she became the heart of the salon, loved by clients and known by nearly everyone in town. Kelly's warmth extended beyond the salon chair. She didn't just see clients. She saw people, remembering details about their lives, their families, and even their struggles. And that was why, one summer morning, she found herself making a choice that would change her life forever. The act of kindness. That morning, Kelly stopped by a coffee stand before opening the salon and happened to run into Jason, a man whose life had been full of highs and lows. Once a proud soldier, Jason had served his country, but after returning home, life took a hard turn. His wife left him, and his mental health suffered, making it difficult for him to keep a job. His clothes were often worn, his hair and beard unkempt, and he lived off the kindness of others. Seeing him, Kelly greeted him warmly, offering to buy him a cup of coffee. As they walked to the salon, she could tell her small gesture of kindness had brightened his day. He smiled more, laughed a little, and seemed at ease. When they arrived at the salon, Kelly impulsively offered him a free haircut. She knew it was against salon policy, but she believed it was the right thing to do. Jason, surprised and humbled, thanked her and promised to come back later. That afternoon, Jason returned. Kelly wrapped a cape around him, trimmed his hair, and shaped his beard, transforming him from a man struggling on the outside to someone with a spark of dignity restored. It was a simple gesture, but it meant the world to Jason. However, just as she was finishing up, her boss, Sydney, entered the salon, and nothing could have prepared Kelly for what happened next. Confrontation with the boss. Sydney was a tough businesswoman, known around town for her no-nonsense approach and single-minded focus on profit. When she saw Kelly cutting Jason's hair, her expression turned cold. At first she just watched, but as Jason thanked Kelly and prepared to leave, Sydney finally spoke up. She demanded payment for the haircut, even though Jason was struggling and Kelly had offered to cover it herself. Kelly tried to explain, saying she'd pay for the service out of her paycheck, but Sydney's tone turned harsh. She was unmoved by Kelly's kindness and insisted that her salon didn't run on charity. Jason, visibly uncomfortable, tried to offer what little he had, but Sydney cut him off. "If Jason doesn't pay, then you're fired," she said bluntly. The words hit Kelly like a punch, but she held her ground. Calmly, she turned to Jason, assuring him that he could leave without worry. Heartbroken and ashamed, Jason walked out of the salon, leaving Kelly alone to face her boss's wrath. In that moment, Kelly lost her job, but she didn't lose her dignity or her sense of right and wrong. Little did she know, her kindness hadn't gone unnoticed, and her life was about to change in ways she couldn't have imagined. Community support and the mayor's arrival. As Jason walked through town with his fresh haircut and somber expression, people noticed something was wrong. When he shared what had happened, the news spread like wildfire. People couldn't believe that Kelly, someone so beloved and kind-hearted, had been fired just for helping a struggling veteran. The outrage grew, and soon enough the news reached the mayor's office. He decided that something had to be done. Meanwhile, Kelly was still in the salon, sweeping up hair and gathering her belongings, unaware of the commotion outside. About 30 minutes later, as she was preparing to leave, the door opened. In walked the mayor, accompanied by Jason and a crowd of townspeople who had come to show their support. Kelly was stunned as the mayor approached her, asking if it was true that she had been fired for offering Jason a free haircut. She glanced at her boss, who was glaring at her, silently urging her to deny it, but Kelly nodded. "Yes, sir," she replied honestly. At that, The mayor pulled out a certificate of recognition and handed it to her, along with an envelope. The townspeople cheered as Kelly accepted the gifts, feeling overwhelmed and grateful. Her act of kindness had not only touched Jason's life, it had touched the heart of an entire community. With the money she received, Kelly was finally able to fulfill her dream of opening her own salon. She named it Kelly's Hair Haven, and it quickly became the most popular salon in town. The community rallied around her, choosing her new salon over Mara's beauty salon, which was soon forced to close due to the loss of customers. Kelly's story spread, and people from neighboring towns started coming to her salon, inspired by her kindness and dedication. Her business flourished, allowing her to hire staff and eventually open a second location. She had gone from a hairstylist struggling to get by to a successful salon owner, all because she had stayed true to her values. As for Sydney, she was left to reflect on the choices that had cost her everything. Her cold approach to business had driven away customers and tarnished her reputation. In the end, she learned a hard lesson about the importance of compassion, though it was too late to save her salon. Kelly's story reminds us that the true currency of life isn't money or power, it's the kindness we show to others. In a world that often overlooks those in need, Kelly's simple act of generosity created ripples that changed her life and touched countless others. So, let's remember to invest wisely in kindness. It's the one investment that always pays off. If Kelly's story inspired you, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tales that celebrate kindness and resilience. How did this story make you feel? Let us know in one word down in the comments. And if you've ever witnessed or experienced a moment of unexpected kindness, share it with us below. We'd love to hear your story. While you're here, check out the next video currently on your screen, where we share another incredible story of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Thanks for watching, and remember, a small act of kindness can change the world. See you next time on Stoic Wisdom.